Going down the chicken, so gone, take that right hand road.
I'm Jonny Miller. I live in Los Osos, California on the Central Coast. 50 years old, and I've been skating for a good 44 years. I think maybe I was 9, 10 when I started riding in the transition. I started getting into the skate parks, and then I moved up to the Central Coast of California, to San Luis Obispo. Did a lot of surfing, traveled all over, and surfed for pretty much the next 25 years. And then at about 40, I believe, I had the opportunity to spend more time with the kids. And skateboarding was something that I decided to bring back into my life because it was easily accessible to ride and monitor the kids because they were so little and play with them. Surfing, I couldn't paddle out to my waves that I like to and see the kids on the beach. So skating became an easy way to get back onto something I really loved. And then it just kind of grew into this whole new adventure for me. I lived at Toyland for 21 years. It was a ranch in San Luis Obispo on the outskirts, and we'd host barbecue parties and music out there, and then just through the years and the whole decade it grew into where myself and a handful of others, we created this huge organic bowl, which they called the Toyland Ramp. Oh, we had a stage on the roof where bands would play. We had a huge camping area with fire pits. In the back I had a bunkhouse. It was quite the place for a long time. Brought a lot of people together, and I think the main reason why I was so adamant on building and creating and letting other people come into this environment was growing up in the 70s, it was surf and skate parties. The lifestyle, the thing that you got to witness and be around was very important for the culture. So the Toyland, I got to show a generation what it truly was like. I'd say when I was about 41, I got back on a skateboard, and now I'm 50. I didn't get into the heavy downhill until about 45 years old. And then getting to be in the group with a lot of the young downhiller guys really gave me a lot of push. And I may be an old guy, but my soul is as young as them, man. I was telling them, I gotta keep going, there's no way. I can't stop. It's kind of like being a big brother, helping the kids out. I always like to help, give little groms, there's good advice. They're more fun than the adults to hang out with, bro. You know? Gee, that's the truth. Adults get you in trouble, man.
There it is, look at that.
Maybe it wasn't so much the advice, it was somebody taking the time that was older than you to give you encouragement. And sometimes that encouragement goes a long way.
I feel 50 years old, bro. Broken this knee feels about 65. This ankle is probably about 54. This right ear is still 20, but that's okay. Up here, I'm not 50. It's just the rest of all this.
You learn the downhill, and you will learn the slalom. You learn fluidness. Slalom demands it of you. You're not gonna be able to be a slalom racer unless you learn to get fluid. Letting your body overhang the cone 4 feet, and letting your legs come around it, and driving to the other one, and feeling a little bit of the wheels skitch out, and my green wheels grabbing like they do so well and bringing me back. That's a pretty ballsy feeling. Whatever you're doing, you don't got style, you don't have nothing. In my opinion. I don't care how the biggest tricks you can do or what biggest slides you can do or how fast you can go or whatever. If you don't look good doing it, it doesn't do it for me. It was a freedom feeling, and it made me happy. And I think that was the one thing is when I was older and the girl's mom split and we went through all that really tough time, I dug really deep into my soul and I wanted to do things that made me happy again. I had these 3 little girls and I knew the only way to be the best father I could be was to boost myself and be happy, because then they would be happy and I could be a better father than I was. So I started kick turning out in front of on the concrete pad on the ranch one day. It made me happy during all that crazy time, and she hasn't stopped at out of 50, almost 51 here. That's what skateboarding does to me. I'm not gonna give it up. I'm not throwing the towel in. No, I don't throw the towel in for much, brah. You know me, dude. And you ask any of my friends, Miller throwing the towel? Right. Well, I'm blessed, bro, you know, to be a roller.